when I was growing up in the 1930s, North Haven wasn't one big community. It was a lot of little neighborhoods. And there was 2 schools by that time. Before that, there'd been schools all over the island, and it came down to just one near here and one in the village. Anybody that lived up this way beyond the Brown Cemetery started school in the center school under the high school. And anybody towards town on the other side of the cemetery would go to the thoroughfare school. And the roads were still dirt roads at that time. Muddy in the spring, potholes, and could get stuck very easily. But Thayer's father, Ray Thayer, kept a car out by the road or some kind of a vehicle with a tow line to it, because there was a real boggy place through there that people got stuck in. And I remember my father saying when we'd go up on Sunday afternoon to visit, "Hang on," so he'd be sure to get through the mud before he got stuck. Back then, they fished a few traps. My uncle had a rowboat, and his wife or daughter went to do the rowing while he pulled the traps. And now they have 800 or 900 traps, I guess, with a pot hauler and big boats, and that's what everybody wants to be when they get out of school, a lobsterman, most of them. And I do remember when the first fire engine came in the one they have now that's 1937. It was a big event. Everybody in town was down on the waterfront to see that arrive. And I believe the first selectman was the one that drove it through town, and not sure where they kept it, probably at Frank Sampson's garage, but there wasn't any buildings specifically for fire engines at that time. Well, we have a lot better roads. And I think one of the biggest things would be we really have a good fire department. It's a volunteer fire department, but they're well trained, and we have the fire engines, which is important. Being on an island, you can't call mutual aid very well. And the EMTs, the medical services, is wonderful now. When I was growing up, we had a doctor, and that was it.
What can you tell me about the number of residents and how that changes throughout the year?
Well, there's an awful lot more of us in the summertime, and which is good because the summer people are the ones that pay a lot of the taxes, and it would be very expensive. It is anyway, very expensive to live here. But I wouldn't want to live anywhere else, so it's worth it.